Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is the final Monday for the start of the regular season, also known as Mad Monday with the OG. And I have a OG in his own right with me as well, Coach Unchained.
What's going on there, everybody? Good afternoon, Monday afternoon. I can actually do something.
Right. Just a few opening thoughts. Shout out to Coco Guff and Naomi Nisaki.
Who won that match?
Naomi got Coco's number.
Oh,
yeah, she beat her again.
Okay.
But shout out to the both of those young ladies in their journeys in the tennis world. You know what I'm saying? It's I like the way that Coco handles herself.
Right.
As we've seen, you know what I'm saying, over the past weeks or so. But it's just little thought in the professionalism of that young lady and the young women as it is on the whole, you know what I'm saying, in the tennis industry that are, bringing in a new era. Six man.
What's happening? What's going on, OG? What's going on, Coach?
What's up? Okay, so how you be?
Yeah.
Get a free holiday to not do a damn thing. I'm good.
Yeah, right. I don't talk about 3 naps today.
I just got up from nap number 4. What you talking about?
I know that's right. Well, of course, you guys know that, the trending topic, y'all do know the season over with, right?
Mm.
What do you mean the season over with?
Yeah, but I already gave the division this Tampa Bay already.
The season is verifiably over. Caleb McGarry is on IR for the season. Season is over.
Mm.
Oh wow,
it's over. Let the majority of this fan base tell it. The season is over. I guess I understand somewhat of the sentiment of key part, because the offensive line is a key part, in our offense, especially in the run game. McGarry and Lindstrom has been the heart and soul of the run game. If you know what I'm saying, if you look at it real, keeping it a buck. But I mean, you still got Jake, you still got Bergeron, you know what I'm saying? Noozle is not a new piece, you know what I'm saying? He's a solid center. And you know what I'm saying, you still got, you know what I'm saying, the hog and Lindstrom, the best guard in the game, in some circles. But you got, how this fan base does. I myself, my sentiments on it, I'm not worried. I have, if you've heard me over the past, last week and a half, I'm good with Wilkerson, and the other piece that we brought in, which I think, we're going to be fine either way, and Coach, we somewhat had a conversation about the O-line, situation last week. But right now, as we're going into week 1, how do you feel about our O-line going into, week 1 of the season?
Like Mike Jones said, back then they didn't want me, but now I'm gone. They all want me. But anyway, hey man, I'm cool with the O-line. Like I said, I trust the offensive line coach. Like I said, what can Wilkerson not do that y'all say Caleb can do? That is his original position. People don't realize that.
Yeah.
He came in here to tackle, and I just somebody just told me that there was a choice, him or the Fannin, and when they came in, one of you guys gonna be a guard, one of you guys gonna be a tackle. So he went over to the guard side. That ain't his natural position. Tackle.
Right.
So I don't think it'd be that bad. So.
6 man.
Coach said the key thing, man. I trust Dwayne Ledford. I trust Dwayne Ledford. For those that don't know who Dwayne Ledford is the O-line coach. He's been the O-line coach for the Atlanta Falcons for the last 4 seasons. And I have to give a shout out to Don on this one because he's the one that kind of put us on as him being one of the top O-line coaches in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
I mean, you gotta think about it. The very Caleb McGarry that Falcon fans wanted gone are now crying that he's not there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Coach, say that again. Back then, what'd you say? Back then they didn't want me.
Back then they didn't want me, but now I'm gone. They all want me.
Yep.
There you go. Then you also have to think. You also have to think about this: the same guy who gave the Falcons confidence that Ryan Newsel could replace a Drew Dalman and save a lot of money. This is the same guy who's helping to develop a Matthew Bergeron. This is the same guy who's also helped elevate a Chris Lindstrom.
Right.
So
right.
whoever they put in at that right tackle position, like you said, most likely be Elijah Wilkinson. I'ma trust it because, like I said, the results in itself says everything we need to know about what type of O-line coach we got and what type of players we got. Like you say, it just comes down to Sunday. So hey, I'm confident in it.
Oh yes. Now, in this game that we're very familiar with who we're going up against in these Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What do you think we're gonna do more, run or pass
it?
Coach, you want to go ahead and kick us off with this one?
Well, I think we're gonna establish the run, and they're gonna probably try to stop the run. But I think we're gonna hit them with some okey doke. Because their secondary is not that good. All right. In the show from last year, they gave up a lot more big plays than a lot of teams in the NFL last year. Their secondary did. So
right.
But we know they're gonna blitz. That's just Todd Bowles' MO. He's gonna blitz. He's gonna blitz until you can't blitz no more. So, but I'm saying with a better quarterback. This is just my take. I think he's going to expose that blitz. He's fast enough to get the ball out of his hand. He's not going to hold it. He already have his eye on something already to throw the ball to. So I'm not worried about that part of that.
Okay, so Coach, do you based off of what you're saying right now? So do you believe that screen game could be a factor in this game?
That's what they send him those 6 guys. Can't no one running back. Ain't no linebacker. Ain't no linebacker gonna have no Bijan out the backfield. Not a Bijan.
I'm not even like you saying. I'm not even talking about just the running back screen. I'm talking about tight end screens too.
Yeah, exactly. That too. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I agree. Screen game should do well.
I think that we're gonna do a lot of what we saw them doing in training camp. That wheel route.
Yeah, that'll work too.
that wheel route, and then I've been harping on it. The Bucks are kind of long in the tooth up front. They kind of long in the tooth up front. You know what I'm saying? And I've been getting a whole lot of Deion Jones talk from a lot of Tampa fans, and I'm just like, y'all, okay, that's what y'all putting y'all hopes on.
He has to start first.
Yeah,
right.
I forgot he was even in the league still.
Yeah.
He's over there in Tampa. He was in there last year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was in there last year.
He did.
We we 6 days, 6 days away from this thing, and they got a few guys, what I'm saying, off the injury list, and you know, a few new pieces. I mean, most of the news has been Shiloh down there getting ousted, but um, they like Coach said, they're not in a good position on that back end. And
Yeah.
Bijan on a safety, Bijan on the second, or I mean on the third or fourth DB, or a linebacker. That's a nightmare that most teams are not going to want to have to deal with.
And there's also something that if we was all at training camp, what we seen out of there when they had Bijan flex way out there into that Z spot. He was
Mhm.
way out there.
Yeah.
And you got to decide you're gonna put a cornerback, or you're gonna bring a safety over there, or you're gonna have a linebacker chase. If you had a linebacker just slide down, that means he has to deal with somebody like Drake or
Yeah,
Kyle. So
yeah, they was out there on the four spread, and a five with Bijan lined up outside.
mhm. You still had the run game with Tyler back there, just to threaten that part. So yeah.
Okay. So it was pretty much like the personnel of having Bijan on that Z spot
Mm-hmm.
while also implementing Drake and Kyle in that
Mm-hmm.
slot. So
Mm-hmm.
basically making people make a choice.
You had to make a choice.
I
So
think
so
I think the unexpected X factor may be Casey Washington. I
Yeah.
I
I can see it.
I, I,
I can see it.
yeah,
Yeah.
because there's no film on him, and he's a big body and he's sneaky fast.
Mm-hmm. Depending
You
on how
know,
Darnell do the rest of the week. So we'll see how that goes.
yeah, he is back in practice.
Yeah. So it all depending on that right there too. So
So the Texas boy said, in my opinion, I think teams are about to get a rude awakening when they come trying to overlook this team. Yeah, those of us that are actually tuned in and actual watch the game within the game and look into the scheme within the scheme, know that and have that sentiment. You know,
My concern is tennis speciality is the deep pass on top receiver sell deep routes that tackle at the hold up we may need right. And the thing about it, the bet, like I said, shout out to Hannibal Black here, but one of the best things that you can do if you have a question at a tackle, like I said, this is why you have the Drake Londons, this is why you have the Bijans, this is why you have the Kyle Pitts, this is why you have the Tyler Algiers. These are the
mhm,
guys that's going to be the closest to the line of scrimmage.
five
So
and turn,
mhm.
baby. Five and turn.
exactly,
Right.
Five and turn. Oh, there. I'm here.
exactly. So this is where Zach Robinson is going to have to be key this year is
Mhm.
opening up those quick passing game concepts
Yeah.
to get these guys involved. Like I said, since you don't really have your starting right tackle, or you have a guy in Elijah Wilkinson who you may not who may not be of Caleb McGarry's level. The
Mhm.
best way to counter that, quicken the passing game.
That's it.
And what
Yeah.
it is by quickening the passing game, now you slow the rush up. The rush don't know what to do. The coverage don't know what to do. And like you said, now the deep passing game becomes a big play. Big play possibilities come up.
Bringing those safeties up a little closer in. Yes, you are.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, as one would say, pick your poison for a matter of a few reasons. Because if you paid any attention to the film on Penix from the 3 games last year, he has a quick release and he's decisive
Mhm.
and he has poise.
Mhm.
Plus, he know how to
And
move up the box. He's not gonna be
yes,
stationary.
yeah, and I think that is any blitz's kryptonite.
Mhm.
When you against a quarterback that gets it out of there, don't waste time, and he reads. You know what I'm saying? Before snap and after the snap, he reads well. You know, I mean, but it's gonna be an interesting situation. Um, Now, also with these Dirty Birds, the team captains were named. Uh, this
Okay.
you know, you had uh, Pinion, Penix,
Penix, Penix,
JB, um,
Jesse
um,
Bates.
JB3,
Jake,
uh,
Jake
Yeah,
Matthews,
Jake, and when it Lindstrom too.
Lindstrom, and Caden Ellis. Yeah,
Yeah, and K Nellis.
6'4".
okay.
Um, any thoughts, agreement, disagreement, like, dislike on that setup?
Well, I don't give a damn who the captains is. They just have to get it done regardless.
Great
But the
job,
thing,
man.
they gotta do their job. But the thing is, those are the six right guys that you want.
Right.
These are
Character
guys that
guys.
have been character guys that's been getting it done
Mm-hmm.
in their positions. I know a lot of people are still kind of on the run with Jay Matthews, but Jay Matthews has been the most dependent, one of the most dependent left tackles in the last
Mm-hmm.
11, 10 plus years. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why he's still here.
He has
Do,
value.
do you think this is gonna be Jake's last hurrah?
Uh,
I
mm,
say,
Or
I say, I say, give it about a couple more years.
you think
Couple
two?
more years, but couple more years. Like you say, it's gonna depend on what the next move is at tackle. If
Cause
they
that
draft
cause that's what he got left on his contract, right? Two.
2 years. He got
about
2 years. I think it's 2 years.
yeah, about 2 more years.
Let me look at
Yeah.
I mean,
So if
I asked that question because you know, just looking ahead, and you know what I'm saying, Bergeron was initially drafted as his succession plan.
that. Ain't gonna
You
happen.
know, and again, he took to that left guard position like a dog with a bone.
what
Actually, actually, Jake is good to 2027. That's his final year.
That's it, right.
2027?
Yeah, 2027.
2027.
So they got two more. Well,
Okay.
3 seasons total count this year, next year, and the season after.
Okay.
You
So
think he rides out 3 more years?
I do
I think so. Mhm.
Okay.
that, but the thing about that, man, also depends on who the O line coach is. If Left is still here, they're gonna develop their young boy they drafted. I think he has
Well,
potential.
or
Yeah.
Jake Nelson. Jack
Yeah,
Nelson.
he
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
He does.
I think he has potential.
Everybody had all these huge amount of expectations, you know what I'm saying, coming out the box, and you know, but you gonna have bumps in the road. I mean, any O line position, just like the quarterback position, is not something that happens overnight.
Right.
The only way if Jake leaves earlier, they find somebody who's top guy, and he's ready to take over. But right now, I see Jake staying here for at least the next 2 years for sure.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's what I was thinking. Two, you know what I'm saying, two more,
yeah,
and he gonna go on home with the babies.
yeah. Maybe about ready to play football by that time. Like
Yeah.
I
2 more
mean,
years.
yeah, like you said, it just depends on what they do in the next draft. Next
Mm-hmm.
couple drafts. Like you said, if they decide to pick up another tackle or another guy who's proficient at left tackle,
Mm-hmm.
that'll tell you what his thoughts is as far as how long he wants to
Well,
stay here.
well,
Because that's the only way.
you think your guy that we signed as a undrafted free agent, you think he can, you know what I'm saying, get on the bandwagon and make a leap?
Who is that?
Because I know he got signed to the practice. I think he got signed to the practice squad. I mean,
We talking about
I
Josh
mean,
Grant?
he not talking about
But
yeah.
Josh is
Well,
more of a center guard type person, right?
no, he's a tackle. He's
He's
more
a
of a
tackle.
right tackle anyway. He
Okay,
he 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 play he's like Jack Nelson. He's a
right.
right and left tackle.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, it just solely depends on what on the situation in itself because like you said, if he's able to make that leap from that practice squad to
Hmm.
that 53 next year as a swing guy, swing tackle type of guy,
Hmm.
like you said, he definitely does have a little bit of the potential there. But like you said, as of right now, like you said, when it comes to that right tackle, they need experience right there. They
Right.
need
Right.
they need the they need the experience for the next couple years, and you already got the left tackle pretty much sold up for the next couple years. So you pretty much kind of kill that. But like I said, he's an experimental guy.
Yeah,
That's
me and
just that's
Hannibal
my
been
thought on
having
it.
this conversation over the last couple of days. You know what I'm saying? And this has been his sentiment right here. Yeah.
Move Bergeron the right tackle. Fuck no.
Uh,
No.
Even though he can play, but no, like I said, you don't want to disrupt the chemistry of the offensive line. If the offensive line has been good with him at left guard, you got to keep him there.
yeah.
But people don't
Yeah.
realize those guards and those centers are very important. So that's the first line of defense, technically, because you get up the middle, you can kill your quarterback.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you need that stabilization right there in that middle. I ain't gonna say more than you need your outside guys, but you need that inside stability more than you need the tackles to me. That's just me.
Yeah. And to Hannibal's point earlier in the conversation, there's an unknown with when McGarry come back after next year. We don't know how this gonna fold out.
He
Could
been
he
kicked
come
out.
back his regular stables, self, or could there be a fall off? We don't know. That's gonna be then. And yes, he'll be 31 when he get back. People are thinking about that too, but at the same time, you know again, that's something that we don't know. But I think, from a mental standpoint, we've seen McGarry go through a lot and still stand up.
Hmm. And you also got to think about it too. Your technique changes from left guard to right tackle. That's a
Fact.
technique. That is a technique change. Now, like I said, I know from what a lot of people kind of look at it from the outside there, you thinking, okay, offensive line, okay, you could plug all five of these guys. No, that's a technique change. That's a get off change. You remember, he's kicking off. His kickoff foot is his left foot as a left guard.
Hmm.
Now you're telling him to change his technique to that right tackle spot. Like you said, so he's going from a guy that has help to a guy that has to be the border chief as I said.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't like I said, you don't want to make that change like that this quick because of Caleb McGarry being gone.
Yeah.
So like I said, the angles changes when you when your drive and kick when your drive leg is your left leg, and then all of a sudden 2 weeks you switch it to right tackle where your drive leg is right leg. That's a technique change.
Hmm.
The only way that you'll be able to make that move is that was the move that you were planning on doing the whole off season,
Right,
not
right,
in 2 weeks, not in a week. It don't work like that.
right. Now, I got a question. I think I asked it yesterday on the other show yesterday. What if this Michael Jarrell guy develop into that in the next couple of weeks? He develops that starting right tackle, and he does a damn good job. What's the point of bringing Caleb back?
I mean, the thing is with Jarrell actually started last year. His
Right,
first start last
at,
year was against us
at right tackle. Yes,
at right tackle.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
he and I actually had to go back and look at that game in itself. And like I said,
Mm-hmm.
he held up pretty well.
Mm-hmm. But he had Judon though.
He,
But anyway, that's my story.
yeah, Judon, but hell, shit. Hey, you take care of the matchups you need to take care of.
That's true. That is true.
But like I said, man, I got confident. Like I said, I'm confident in what Dwayne Ledford
Same here.
with him being the O line coach and them knowing what they need to do. I'm confident in them. So, like I said, it's no worries to me. Now, the only worries to me would be is if you abandon that run game and the pass game is getting slaughtered, then that's going to be a problem.
Right,
Now,
right.
now you kind of sort of would pick my mind a little bit because I was just finna shift to you know you know in that in you want to help Penix. Do you see Zach keeping them in a lot of pistol and spread?
Oh, he's
You
gonna
know
stay
what
in
I'm
the pistol
saying?
the whole game.
You know,
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, and you probably see a lot of one back sets. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a tail. They're saying we're gonna run, but for the most part, I mean, because like I say, I got faith in Wilkinson. And I've seen a little bit of Jarrell, you know what I'm saying, over there in Seattle. Um, I don't. Do you think there's going to be much of a change in in trying to disguise or just going and doing what we normally do?
I mean, the biggest thing is the thing that everybody keeps forgetting is Zach Robinson. Actually, like you said, if y'all remember, Zach Robinson was actually going back and studying, the Washington offensive plays the last year Penix was at Washington. He was studying a lot of those formation and plays too.
He
So
doing.
he's going to implement a lot of stuff that he's comfortable with.
And what a lot of people, I went to, I've seen them play last. I seen Washington play when Penix there. A lot of the balls was thrown to the right side, so he's looking at the pressure coming to him. He's throwing the ball that
Right.
side. So it's something Raheem said in the press conference a couple press conferences ago. He said it's not like the old days when you have to worry about your left and right side. He said people in the pistols and the shotguns, they see it more because they can see these guys coming already. Because they already just backing up. They're not doing all this turning their backs in like the old days when you on the shotgun and you're running back and try to fake the ball. So you see the pressure coming. So it's up to the quarterback to get the ball at the hand.
Hmm.
So
Because I don't think it's going to affect our run game. I still think we're going to run right like we normally do for the
right, right,
most part.
right.
You know, I don't think that's going to change. I think that they're going to probably be some new wrinkles, and there probably going to be some end arounds. With Agnew, did he make the 53?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
He ain't gonna be on offense at all. Zero. Zero.
Oh, he's going to be special teams only.
That's a team on.
Straight. Yeah.
Hmm,
Zero.
okay,
But like I said,
But you never know.
the biggest difference that they're going to have to deal with is they're going to have to deal with a guy like a Michael Penix who has the and I'm gonna use this word correctly, the confidence
yes, that cologne.
Mm,
to if he doesn't see nothing, he's gonna run the ball.
exactly.
D.
Like I
Coleman
said,
said, third and
wait,
medium is where I got to see his progress from Penix. I know he can throw the deep pass. What that mid game looked like.
He threw it last year, I thought.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say that.
he,
You know,
he did pretty. He did it on a multitude of occasions. I think the biggest thing a lot of people saw, like you said, he's still a work. He's still going to be a work in progress, regardless of what we think. What, like you said, what we're going to be needing is that mid passing game too.
yeah,
But um, yeah, no. He's shown on multitude of occasions that he can like third and medium is pretty good for him. Like I said, we didn't see a lot of it because we only saw 3 games worth. And that was led by the run game too. So the run game can hide a lot of things,
Oh yeah.
especially if the run game is very, very efficient.
yeah. Because what my thought on Penix, what I want to see is him in stressful situations because we really haven't
Mhm.
seen that. We
Final
haven't
pressure.
seen. Yeah, we haven't seen him up against a veteran DC. You know what I'm saying? That has the personnel that can get up under a quarterback's skin. You know what I'm saying, and rather than disrupt him. I want to see how he functions in that.
So
You know.
so 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 basically, if you know that so if you know he's able to deliver in those stressful situations with him being an even kill guy, it'll give you that mindset that okay, this guy can ascend to the next level
Uh huh.
at that position. Okay, I
Yeah,
got
I
you.
mean because I mean now I saw honestly that the first game he played on last year, I saw that a little bit. I mean because that by all intents and purposes that was his worst. A lot of people would say that was his worst game. Then to me that was his best game.
Hmm.
Which
Because
game you talking about?
I think was it the Giants that for the
Yeah, the
first game
Giants.
that he
Well, but
played
yeah, that
where
was the
he did
first
where he
start, so that shit
yeah,
doesn't
where
really
he didn't
count.
have a touchdown, but he moved the ball. You
That
know
was
what I'm
moving.
saying? Especially in those third and long situations under pressure a little bit.
Hmm.
That run.
Getting those big time third downs. That's why I keep going back to that game. You know what I'm saying? The game where he didn't throw no touchdowns, but he was he was getting those. He was making those third down throws. Pocket collapsing on him. Type situations. You
Right.
know, Yeah,
Yeah.
you get them in games against what I'm saying, some of those high profile defenses that you know against the Philadelphia's, the 49ers, Detroit's, um, the ones that got the defense that can get to you, put hands on your quarterback, in a full blown situation like that, and how you can come out of that. That's what I want to see. How he handles those. What I'm saying, intense type situations.
Right.
I mean, I'm not asking for that like, because I have a concern. It's just that we haven't really have had an opportunity to see him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In stressful situations, if you will.
Right.
You
And
know.
that's the bit, and that right there is my, in my opinion, that's the difference between what an elite quarterback can do, a great
Mhm.
quarterback, and an average quarterback is how you do in those pressure situations. Um, and like I said, and the Washington game, me personally, the Washington game was his best game out of the three
I
because
agree.
we
Mhm.
saw that. We saw
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Competitive.
I mean,
Yeah.
in both those shootouts, in Washington game and against Carolina, we he was just, unloading the clip. They wouldn't really necessarily be able to get him. He was you know out there slanging that thing. You
I
Right.
know,
prefer to I prefer to have a quarterback that's confident
yeah,
and
Hmm.
unshaking. I guess the word I'm looking for, than a quarterback that has hype,
yeah.
Right.
because they're still people are still not what's the word, not sure of Michael Penix. It's like
Mm-hmm.
what?
Right.
But
Yeah.
I guess it's a thing. 'Cause I've been listening to all these different little thing breakdowns on the NFC South, and they still ain't giving us a chance. Zero.
No, he's not.
I
You
Can't
know.
tell
mean,
me.
the thing is, it makes sense because he's the most unproven
Okay.
or
Okay.
the least experienced of all
Mm,
the quarterbacks in the
mm.
end. Well, I take that back because no, because Spencer Rattler
Spencer got more.
actually
He got
has
more
more
starts.
experience
Yeah,
than him.
yeah.
He has more
Yeah.
Spencer
starts.
Rattler
So
has
so
played some games.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's,
So Penix has the least amount of experience than anybody in the NFC South. So these coming from a lot of guys that look at that quarterback position as the end all be all. Um, but like I said, just in my opinion though, and this goes back to what you said, Coach,
Mm-hmm.
and Sam, this is your thought too. Like I said, I would rather have a quarterback that's not scared of the big moment
which he isn't.
Yeah.
than a quarterback that has potential but can't do shit.
Mm-hmm.
JJ.
Now, D. Coleman, here's my retort to that, D. Coleman. You think about something in both games last year. We had one arm and one well in the second game. It was one leg, but you had a Kirk Cancer Cousins back there. Kirk lit them up. Okay, in one game, and we ran the ball down their throat in another. Now we have a totally different animal at quarterback back there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And still said run game. You
Did
know, so
Yeah.
did Newsom play against Tampa Bay one game? I think he did, right?
yes, yes.
I think he played
That second game.
the second
game.
game.
He played the
Second game.
second. He played the overtime game.
Yeah. That's the game when Kurt did for 509, right?
Yeah, because
No,
I was gonna ask which one was first.
the
Was it the
509 was the
509
first.
game? That was the first game.
Was that
Okay,
the
I
first
think
game?
so Drew Dalvin played that game,
509 was
but
the
he
first
also
game.
I'm
That
trying to figure out.
with the
I think
509
that was the
game.
first game.
509 is the overtime game.
was
That's the
it
overtime game.
Yeah, it's an overtime game.
Okay, so
okay.
the
The
first.
overtime game was the second game.
Or was it
Okay,
the,
so that's
I
the
can't remember.
509 game. So that's the
I
second.
can't remember.
That's the second. Okay, I'm gonna just say it like this: the 509 game with Kirk Cousins was when Tampa Bay, when Tampa Bay just said they just gonna stop the run. I'm gonna force you to pass the ball. Cause remember, Kirk Cousins threw the ball over 60 times that game.
A lot. No.
Cause they
Yeah,
stopped
yeah,
the run. We didn't run for no more than like 60 yards total that
yeah.
entire game.
They were hell bent. They meant Bijan was not gonna beat.
Yeah.
They meant Bijan would go out. They had a linebacker under and the safety on top of him. I'm like, damn, is that Kyle Pitts or that B? They meant
Right.
Bijan was not gonna beat them.
It wasn't even just Bijan that wasn't gonna beat. They said Tyler wasn't gonna beat him neither. They
Mm-hmm.
said neither one of them were gonna beat him. So they sacrificed the pass. They sacrificed giving up the passing game to stop the run game.
Mm-hmm. Hey, tell Leo said it was the Thursday night overtime game. Yeah, okay. The 509 was the Thursday night overtime game.
That was a Thursday night game. So,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that was
but then
so that was the first game then. That was the first game then.
yeah, that's the first game. Okay, so Drew Dalton played in that.
Okay.
The second game is the one where Ryan Newsom played in, where they were more balanced and Kyle Pitts almost went for a $120 on them. He
Yep.
almost went for over 100 on them.
Yeah, he had four catches and 91 and 2 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kirk had 276, 23 for 29. So in other words, Kirk had 4 touchdown passes on these guys still.
Right. But like you said, by the fact that that first game where he threw that 509 game, they didn't blitz as much as that second game.
Right. Right.
Right.
But think about this also. With a quarterback that's not stationary, I would want to blitz him. I wouldn't blitz. I'm going to play some solid defense. I'm going to try to play something because you blitz Penix and he escapes out. And then you just left a whole like 20 yards open. Because you know everybody's back can be turned. He's going to take off.
Right.
So, we'll see. Tampa Bay got to do some serious planning for this game more than they had to play with Kirk. Although Kirk threw for almost 800 yards in 2 games. So
800 yards, 2 games, and 4 touchdowns, but
yeah.
they didn't do worth a damn anything else after that. Like really. But we ain't going down that road. I'm not talking about the KKK right now.
Wow.
Kirk Cancer Cousins. Right.
They had 2 sacks that second game.
Mm.
In that first game,
it was Yeah, because B John snatched somebody's ankles a couple times that second game. I remember that for a fact.
Man, Bijan got a highlight reel from last year that a whole lot of folks looking bad on.
Actually, that second game was the overtime game. I'm sorry, guys. Second
Yeah, I'm
game
talking
that was Newell's game.
Let me see. Can't see a beard coming right up the gut. He gonna have plenty of strength.
That was October.
Actually,
Can't see, but not come out the middle. I'm a
he
block
better
his
not come up
ass.
the middle.
You
Cause
better go.
Bergeron gonna clothesline his ass.
boy, look.
I think they're gonna have him in front of Newell though. I mean, not Newell. They're gonna have him in front of Lindstrom, which we know he can't do.
Which is still not a good thing.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So,
Yeah. I don't think people really look inside of just how he when I say country mean strong,
country mean and
Lindstrom,
strong.
he is country mean strong. What that he should be on probation or at least doing some time for what they did to what his name in New Orleans. But that boy, you know what I'm talking about. He checked himself out of the game after that
Oh,
last weekend.
Cam
Cam
Gordon.
Gordon.
Yeah, man, that was just I felt bad for that man.
He disappeared, didn't he?
Yes. And that's another reason why I'm really not worried about it, like, especially on our right side, because Wilkerson has played some, instance where he had been called in to duty and he's held the spot for a game or two or a quarter two or whatever was asked of him. So I'm just, and then again, you got 80% of that line is still intact. Jake, Bergeron, Newell, Lindstrom. What is that to be worried about? Folks out here hollering about the season overcome. McGarry is gone for the year.
My thing is that's giving them more of an opportunity to use those two tight end sets to help the right tackle.
ATLEO, something wrong with you.
Yeah. I mean, McGarry is a country boy. That's a country boy right there.
Yeah. I had somebody ask me a question the other day, and I figured I'd ask you guys. Which is more likely to happen this season? Bijan lead the league in rushing, or Kyle Pitts with 10 touchdowns?
Oh, Kyle Pitts.
Mm.
Well,
Yes.
go ahead and explain it to a coach.
All right. The lead in rushing. You got to beat Saquon out. You got to beat Derrick Henry out. And those guys are super run heavy. Super run heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So
they 400 carries each.
So if Bijan get 1,900 yards, that means he got to have 15, 16 touchdowns to be winning. I'm just saying, for us to be winning. It has to be that way. So I don't say that can't not happen.
Right.
But I think Kyle Pitts needs another payday.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So money talks. The rest of that stuff walks. I'm just being honest. If you notice,
no, you're right. Look, I'm about to say I actually do agree with you on that one.
So people, have y'all ever not seen a person that have status like a Kyle Pitts or whatever, don't have a great year when it's time to get paid? I have not seen it yet. I'm looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
I seen people that said busted or not busted, or people that ain't living up to expectations. They have a great last year when it's time to get paid. They do. 10 touchdowns, I can see that. I don't want him to get 10 because that means we're gonna pay him more money. So if he gets it, I'm happy for him. But damn, that's gonna mess with some of the bank. I'm just saying.
We last year. I mean, and this was most. It was 80% of this was with Kurt. Almost had three receivers with 1,000 yards receiving. I think we're gonna come close to that again.
Mm.
Y'all know so much about that game that we played with Tampa Bay, that last game. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
know who missed 2 field goals that game too. We could have won the game in regulation.
Yes,
Right, yeah.
But that's
yes,
another
yeah,
issue.
yeah.
So,
I mean,
We gonna like I said, we gonna find out this year. Like you said, I give the excuse of the motherfucker kid with a bad hip the whole goddamn season. So we gonna find out.
yeah. I mean,
mhm.
it's crazy. Bijan had over 1,700 yards
Totally.
rushing and had a little over 2,000 yard all-purpose together.
How many yards
By
did carry last year?
by damn self.
I don't know what his
Yeah,
number was last year.
yeah.
You said
And
what, coach?
After how many yards did Bijan have last year? I don't even know.
he had like
In total it was about
17.
no, it was about 19. It was like 1920 something in total.
Let me see. I gotta look at that shit 'cause I'm
No,
curious.
it was
Cause he
over.
had
He had over 2,000 yards all together.
Yeah, he had 14 rushing last year. 1456 rushing last year. That's a lot of carries.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, cause he had about 300 something. He had about
He had almost
300
400
carries.
cards receiving, right? Yeah, 304 carries. That's a lot of carries.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He
But
had how
but
many carries?
304.
304.
Yeah.
304. So yeah, he had a total of about 360 touches last year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he had
yeah. And I think he gets that again this year.
531 receiving yards.
Wow.
Mm.
The 500, am I right here? I could be right. Yeah.
And I think Tyler had like 150 carries. I think he had like 150 touches last year himself too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of
That's a good
where
balance. Yeah.
yeah. But as far as the question you asked OG about Bijan 2000 versus Kyle Pitts 10 touchdowns,
Mm-hmm.
I say you'll most likely see the 10 touchdowns from Kyle Pitts just for the simple fact that it goes back to what we said. You ain't finna be running Bijan Robinson to the ground like that. If that's the case, if that's the case, the only way that would have happened if Tyler Algier was not on this team.
Yeah. True.
Now they didn't say 10 touchdowns with 1,500 yards receiving. They just said 10 touchdowns, period.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Touchdowns win games.
Yeah.
Right.
10 TDs by Kyle or Bijan leading the league in rushing.
That's 3 extra wins, y'all.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm looking at 10 touchdowns by Kyle will give you 3 extra wins on what you had last year. That's 11 wins.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if he gets 10 plus touchdowns with less than 600 receiving yards, would you consider that a successful season for
Yes.
him on a personal level?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's his total touchdown production in his whole career? He don't even have 10 yet.
1, 2,
He doesn't
3,
have
4. He doesn't have 10, yeah.
He don't have 10. So if he can top his production of his whole career, you got the. Okay, that's
Okay.
well, yeah.
I can't wait because I want to see Zach
It's gonna be a
Robinson.
long ass week, man. I'm so pissed off. It's gonna be so long. No, he got 10 total his whole career. Hold on, this is kind of funny, y'all. Look at it now. Hold on. Now, I'm gonna say this. He has improved each year. First year he had 1, second year he had 2, third year he had 3, last year he had 4. So he has improved. So
He's improved in the red zone.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he's still averaging 13 yards per reception. That's not
Which
bad.
is what which is actually in the top 3 or 4 as far as tight ends go.
That's pretty productive. but he ain't getting all the yards. And again, some of the throws last year was suspect, but
Right.
yeah, but
Yeah,
But
you know, it's this offense against Tampa's defense.
Hmm.
Uh, and the trending tone and conversation coming from the Tampa fans. Deion Jones homecoming. Uh, yeah, they're really riding that.
Rod and Deion Jones.
Yeah, they
yeah,
are really riding that, bro. They are really riding that. They are really Deion Jones homecoming. I'm like, bro, Deion been gone from us what four, almost almost
I
5
didn't even know he was still in the damn league.
I found out the other day when I looked at this schedule. I said, "Damn, Deion Jones on the team." Wow.
yeah.
He left. He left in 2021.
Yeah, okay, 4 years.
He played.
Oh
He
yeah.
played. He played a year in Tampa. He played a
Mm,
year. No, I'm sorry. He played a year in Cleveland. Played a year in Carolina, and played last year in Tampa Bay.
in Tampa.
Played 2 games.
Okay, and like my sentiment every time somebody says that, I'm just like, he ain't really made no noise since he left us.
He got one tackle in 2 games.
Okay,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
point exactly.
I'm just looking at stats, man.
Yeah. He put up Felipe Frank's number. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That right there, D. That right there.
So he's supposed to be their savior.
You-
He
I-
said, when I tell
look,
you 2025, Deion Jones put no fear in my heart.
I mean,
Now,
it,
I am interested to see this. Now, I would like
yeah.
to see him on a Bijan. I would. I would. He
Ooh.
may retire after this, but I would
Yeah,
like so,
yeah.
I would like to see that.
Yeah, like I told her, I said this
I would,
this ain't 2018 Deion Jones,
I
okay?
would, I would like to see him meet Tyler in the hole too.
Uh-uh.
Oh no,
No,
oh no,
coach,
that ain't happening. That ain't happening.
ooh,
That
no.
we
Mm-mm.
but now I remember when Debo used to be when them big bruisers used to come.
Mhm.
No,
He's like, when I think about
This
it,
no, that no.
this ain't Deion Jones meeting Cam Newton at the goal line and you know what I'm saying, and this ain't that Deion Jones.
yeah.
No.
See, you
You
don't know
know,
what Bijan been laying people down last year. He was laying jokers down last year. He wasn't taking
yeah,
those corners.
I said that about his game on last
He
season.
was throwing some
He
top. He
he,
was
add,
throwing some
he
top
added some
last year.
strength.
Yeah,
He added some strength because he
I,
was
I think he got.
shoulder and thigh pads on a couple of folks.
He was like, I ain't trying to be your friend no more.
Mm-mm,
So,
mm-mm. Yeah, I could put you on roller skates and then I can Earl Campbell you at the same time.
man. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not worried. I'm not. Like I said, we know what Vita Veda gonna do. He gonna bull rush.
And Vader gonna mess. Vader gonna
Perfect
mess
time.
around and
Perfect time for a
he
screen.
gonna snap a kneecap out there with his frail self.
So, but that depth, that depth chart is. It's not. This is their defense.
Yeah, well, cause what you say is gonna be Kansas and beat
Kansas
Vita
beat.
Vea.
They think Hassan Reddick.
That definitely puts no fear in my heart
Mm,
whatsoever.
Zero.
mm,
Devontae Davis.
That-
Devontae Davis getting too old. He's a little over the tooth a little bit now.
mm.
You got Servachi with Dennis, linebacker.
oh, Sebastian Dennis.
Yeah, that's
Who
him.
cares?
Yeah, that Diaby.
Diaby.
I like
Yeah,
Yaya. I actually
I
like
like
Yaya.
him.
yeah.
So, but he reminds me of. He's like AK.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. They make
They're almost
I
the
can see
same.
that.
They're almost the same to me. So I don't. That doesn't threaten them for me. Then you got Logan Hall who's playing the other end. So they went in 3-4.
Mm,
Great
mm.
games. Great games. Leave Vita Veda. Beat him and beat for 2 plays and he done.
Mm.
You try to keep beating him for 3 plays, you probably you'll beat him because he's shy.
You know, I'm trying not to say it, but I can't help it. I see about 160, 170.
Rushing you.
Yeah,
See.
yeah. I was trying to stay off of that, but I'm not here. The more and more I look at this personnel up front, I'm 200.
I can see a big run game on them. Going red at right time
200.
at
Mhm.
Reddit. If he's out there, you go red at him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You see Hassan Reddick's number, run at that nigga.
That's it. Number 5.
Yeah.
Run at him. We
Yeah.
don't fear him.
Every time you see 5 yards, guaranteed. Is that what you say?
Right. You know what I'm saying? And then it's gonna be gunslinger mode in play action.
Yeah. I don't know hardly none of their DBs. They got Zon McCollum. Don't know who he is. I know who Tyreek Smith is. He's a Georgia kid. Antoine Winfield Jr. He's decent, but he just want to hit. He just want to hit. That's all he wants to do.
there may be one or two names different off of what was got 500 yards put on them last year.
I think they're all the same people. Well, they got Jacob Parrish, kid they just picked up this year.
Mm-hmm.
He's at nickel. So then you got Jamal Dean, who who get burnt all the time. So yeah,
Barbecue chicken. That's what you talking about.
That one like a pigeon.
Barbecue pigeon.
I'm just saying, D-Com. It's nothing about Tampa's personnel on defense that is making me feel at any discomfort in our run game at all. I'm just,
like I said, the only way Tampa is going to stop the Falcons' run game is they got to do what they did against in the 509. That they just got to sell out against the run.
Wheel route.
Screen pass.
Now, what we got to realize also, Zach beat him twice last year.
Yes.
Right.
And we know they're going to probably do. Todd Bowles don't switch up that much. He's consistent in what he does. That's what his defense is. He's very consistent on his defense. Unless he switch up his defense and do something totally different, I think it's going to be almost the same situation. That's just my taking. I could be wrong, but just defensive coordinators, they don't like to switch up, especially the old-time defensive coordinators. They're very consistent in what they do.
If you're going off anything you saw in camp, okay, you're gonna let Drake go 1-on-1 to shell Kyle, who's gonna probably be in the slot or the X, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna
seam route every time.
And then you're gonna have the young boy at the tight end up the seam route, or if Mooney, if he's out there, you're gonna let him go 1-on-1 over the top.
You want 2 5'9" guys guarding Kyle.
And then, like I said, Casey Washington, another big body, sneaky fast. I mean,
Look, like you said, wheel routes all day. Fuck it. If the wheel route is open, if the swing passes is open, look, the drags with the tight end, take it. Because like I said, the thing is they don't look at Michael Penix as a rookie, so they're gonna try to fluster him right off rip.
Yeah,
he didn't play against Tampa last year, so that's what Todd Bowles do.
That's another X factor.
Yeah,
this ain't gonna be Kirk.
They're gonna try to frustrate him. They're gonna try to get him flustered.
They're gonna try to do everything they can to fluster him. Hey, what'd you say, Sam? What was the route that was open throughout the offseason?
Wheeled.
And coach, what's the other route that could be effective against that?
That screen.
Ooh yeah, that wheel and scream.
You make a song about
Look,
that.
I'm gonna tell you something. Um, and if he's out there like that, and like I said, he has lost a few steps. Um, Kyle or Simon up the scene.
Simon ain't gonna see this film. Simon gonna be just that
Look,
practical guy.
look. This shit could be so gangster. Your boy Charlie Warner might end up with 60 yard
Oh my
touchdown.
god!
Hold on,
Oh
let me
my
tell you.
god!
Hold on. Yeah, y'all talking right now. I'm gonna tell y'all better who better watch out for, who anybody gonna be thinking about. Felipe.
Felipe,
Right?
Felipe.
Mm-hmm.
Felipe fake a block and just go to the scene.
Yes.
That's the big toy Lolo all over again right there.
Exactly. Exactly the thing I was thinking about. Exact thing. I'm gonna fake that block. I'm gonna stop you down here and I'm going up for a quick pass.
Mm-mm.
You taking that prop bet? Yeah. Felipe with over 20, over 30 yards. Hey, shit.
Yep.
Hey, it can happen.
I'm going
Yep.
because I'm actually going to the casino or tomorrow, March Tuesday. Yeah, March Tuesday. I'm going to put all my props in for the season. I got
All right,
$200.
OG, coach. I'm about to set up and go over there tonight. So set up for this
All
originator
right.
show,
Yeah,
man.
we
Appreciate y'all.
gonna
All
close it
right,
up.
all right.
Coach, you got anything else going on this evening, or you
Nothing this evening, man.
nothing?
I'm thinking about doing a show on Wednesday just to talk about the NFL, give my takes on the games that come up on that Thursday night games and what's called, and probably lay off on Friday because one do it on Friday, then I have Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing. So I'll let you know.
All right. I mean, well, even at best, you know what I'm saying. Come on with me.
All right. What day you going again? What's your next day?
Wednesday and Friday,
What time
same time,
Wednesday?
5 o'clock.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, cause we got the heavy hitters coming on at nine
Tonight?
Eastern time, nine
Mhm.
Eastern time on Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nine.
So
Oh
y'all
man,
heard
we
it. Yeah.
like I said, we got a big busy week, but we got everybody in the conglomerate is going on. So
Right.
y'all thinking y'all done killed it? No, y'all, we about to annoy y'all with more shit.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, turning in. Like I say all the time, it doesn't work without you. I appreciate you. And this has been the OG, the coach, and the six man. And look, you got to keep it A, got to keep it dirty. Most nobody got to keep it real with yourself. Let your next choice be your best choice, man. And we out.
Peace.